Hello, and welcome to the Mama Africa Folktale YouTube channel. Our story today begins in a humble village nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling river. It is here that we meet Yakubu, a tall but very poor widower. No, the villagers even cruelly called him Mr. Camel. Let's keep quiet and listen to Mama Africa telling us the story herself.
Miriam, my dear, come sit beside me. I want to share a story with you, one my own mother told me when I was about your age. It's a tale that carries lessons about love, kindness, and the importance of looking beyond appearances.
I'm all ears, Mama. What's the story about?
Once upon a time, in a small village, surrounded by rolling hills and a sparkling river, there lived a man named Yakubu. Yakubu was extraordinarily tall. So tall, in fact, that people often said he could pluck the fruit from the highest trees without any effort.
That's impressive. But was he happy?
No, my dear. Despite his remarkable height, Yakubu's life was not one to envy. He was very poor. He had no land to farm, no money to buy food, and his home was barely standing. To make matters worse, Yakubu was not considered a handsome man. His face bore the marks of a hard life, and many villagers avoided him. Some even cruelly called him Mr. Camel.
That's so mean. Why would they treat him like that?
Sadly, people often judge others by their appearance or circumstances. But Yakubu endured their cruelty with quiet dignity. He wasn't completely alone, though. He had one true treasure in his life, his daughter, Amina.
Tell me about Amina.
Amina was breathtakingly beautiful, Mariam. Her skin glowed like the morning sun, and her eyes sparkled like stars on a clear night. Everyone in the village marveled at her beauty. People often said she was the loveliest maiden they had ever seen.
Did Amina's beauty make her life easier?
Not exactly. You see, Amina's beauty drew attention, but it didn't shield her or her father from hardship. Yakubu was a widower, and raising Amina alone was a challenge. But through all their struggles, Amina remained kind-hearted, just like her father.
Did Yakubu have any friends?
Yes, he had one loyal friend, Adamu. Adamu was also poor and lived a simple, quiet life. The villagers didn't pay much attention to him either, but he had a heart of gold. He was Yakubu's only true friend.
What made Adamu so special?
Adamu's kindness. Mariam. During a terrible famine, when food was scarce and survival was tough, Adamu shared whatever little he had with Yakubu and Amina. He brought them firewood, helped fix their crumbling house, and never asked for anything in return.
That's so generous of him. Did Amina notice his kindness?
Oh, she did. She often watched him quietly as he helped her father, her heart filling with gratitude. Adamu's selflessness left a lasting impression on her.
Did Amina have other admirers?
Oh, yes. As Amina grew older, her beauty drew suitors from far and wide. These were wealthy men, landowners, traders, even minor chiefs. They came with gifts of gold, fine clothes, and livestock, each hoping to win her hand in marriage.
Did Yakubu encourage her to accept one of them?
Yes, he did. One evening, Yakubu sat her down and said, "Amina, this is your chance to leave this life of struggle. Marry one of these men, and you'll never know hunger again. They can give you everything I never could."
What did Amina say?
She shook her head and said, "Father, I cannot marry someone who only sees my face and not my heart. These men bring gifts and promises, but their love isn't real. They don't care for you or me. They only care for my beauty."
She was so wise.
Yes, she was. Yakubu was puzzled and tried to convince her, but Amina stood firm. She said, "I would rather marry a man who loves us for who we are."
Did she already have someone in mind?
Not at first. But as time went on, Amina began to see Adamu differently. She noticed how he treated her father with respect and cared for them without expecting anything in return.
Did she talk to Adamu about it?
One day she asked him, Adamu, why do you do so much for us? Adamu replied with a gentle smile. Because you and your father are my friends. I have little in this world, but what I have, I share with those I care about.
That's so heartfelt. What happened next?
One evening, as the sun painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, Amina spoke to her father. She said, "Father, I've made my decision. I want to marry Adamu."
How did Yakubu react?
He was shocked. He said, "Adamu? But he has no wealth, no land, nothing to offer you." But Amina replied, "He has a kind heart, and he loves us for who we are. That is worth more than all the riches in the world."
Did Yakubu agree?
After a long silence, Yakubu finally nodded and said, "If this is what you truly want, my daughter, then I will support you."
What about the villagers?
Oh, they were astonished. The most beautiful woman in the village marrying Adamu. The quiet, lonely man. Some whispered behind their backs, while others openly mocked them. But Amina and Adamu didn't let the gossip bother them.
Did they have a wedding?
Yes, a simple one. It was held under the shade of a large baobab tree. Yakubu stood proudly by his daughter's side as Amina and Adamu exchanged vows. Their love and happiness were evident to everyone present, even those who had doubted their union.
And were they happy together?
Oh yes. Their life together was filled with love and respect. They cared for Yakubu in his old age, ensuring he never went without. Over time, the villagers began to admire them. They realized that true wealth isn't in gold or land, but in the kindness and love one shares.
That's such a beautiful story, Mama.
It is, my dear, and it carries an important lesson. Never judge someone by their appearance or circumstances. True beauty lies in the heart, and genuine love is the most precious treasure of all.
Thank you for sharing this with me. I'll remember it always.
You're welcome, my child. Now carry this wisdom with you, and let it guide your own choices in life.
This story, my dear friends, is a powerful reminder that the most beautiful things in life are often those that cannot be seen with the eyes but felt with the heart. Just like Amina, we must look beyond the surface and appreciate the true worth of those around us. It is kindness, love, and genuine connection that create the most lasting legacies. Thank you for joining me today on Mama Africa Folktale. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next chapter in the wonderful world of African folktales. Remember, every tale we share carries a message, and each message is a gift from our ancestors to guide us in our journey through life. Until next time, may you find beauty in the heart and wisdom in the stories we share.